My friend first reached out to me about real estate investing, and he sent me 3 videos. And of those, one was Pollock's. I listened to it and it spoke to me, and I was like, I have to do something different. I have to find something that's more sustainable. I decided to change my life around. I got involved with a portfolio program literally the day.
Hey, this is Neeti, and what you're about to hear today is a very special episode with one of the members from our portfolio program.
We call these Sensei Sessions. These interviews are designed to give you perspective about what you can achieve with the right strategies and execution.
I hope you enjoy this episode, and for free resources, check out our show notes section to see how you can build and scale your portfolio.
Lauren, let's start with who you are, what you do for a day job, what got you interested in real estate, and how you ended up here today.
I'm Lauren. I am a physician assistant. I do orthopedic surgery, and I'm also in the military. I joined after September 11th when I was 17 years old. So I am now a lieutenant colonel in the United States Air Force National Guard. I'm from New Jersey, and I recently moved to Florida about 18 months ago, and then I moved back up to New Jersey. So I'm actually back in the Philadelphia area, which is where I'm from.
Amazing. And thank you for your service.
So my real estate journey, I currently invest. I have a duplex in Pensacola, which was my first one, which ended up being kind of turnkey, and I would never do that again. And then I also invest in Pittsburgh. After watching one of the other Sensei panels, I was like, oh, I need to get out of Pensacola. This doesn't fit the model. Let me go other places, and I invest in Pittsburgh. So I'm kind of all over the place, and I've actually never seen any of my properties. It's all been remotely and through my property managers. And I know it's scary, but I definitely have relied on my property managers and my contractors a lot and do the videos, and I feel pretty confident on everything. And my tenants seem happy, so that's good.
Oh, that's awesome.
So how big is your portfolio, Lauren? And then I'll ask you how you ended up here.
Gotcha. So I would say 1.5 million. I started this journey last year, and it was a big year for me. So February is when I started. I did my first duplex. May, I closed. The day that I closed is the day that I had my interview for the portfolio program. And then I refinanced my single family home in Florida, which is now a rental. I turned 40 in June. And then I did all the modules super quick. I got my second duplex by September. And then I bought this home that I'm currently in, which will be a rental when we leave here, by November. And then I refinanced everything after last month. So I already did through the whole cycle.
You're in the military, you
Yep.
have a day job,
Yep.
you built a 1.5 million portfolio in 1 year, you moved houses. Proud of you. You're doing amazing.
My friend first reached out to me about real estate investing, and he sent me 3 videos. And of those, one was Pollock's. And so I listened to it and it spoke to me, and I was like, I'm not ready yet, because I was in the middle of, I had gotten, it's called getting tapped. Someone taps you on the shoulder. I got tapped to deploy. So I spent the first 6 months preparing for deployment, and I'm a healthcare professional. Like, it was too much between being in the military, getting activated for that, being a healthcare professional and dealing with all of that. I came home and I wasn't quite where I needed to be in my head. I was just like, I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot. I'm about to turn 40 and I need to change. I went through a midlife crisis, and I was like, I have to do something different. I did have a financial advisor at the time, and I had a diversified portfolio. I even did day trading. I'm good with reading charts, but I operate, and you can't really day trade if you're in the OR, or, it's just, you're going to miss out on all those. So I was like, I have to find something that's more sustainable. So I went back to those videos and I decided to change my life around. And that's when I fell into Pollock and Needy's video. So, and then I got the ARE book and I read the book and I did all this research, and I was like, I'm ready. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna buy a property. And I did. And it's not that it was terrible. It's a great property, but it's not sustainable. It was not sustainable. I put down 20%. I did conventional loan. I didn't know anything about hard money loans, nothing like that. So that's how I kind of got to this place. Once I closed, because of the ARE book, there's a link to getting the free finishes.
Yeah, the
And
checklist.
so I signed up for that. And then you got me, Pollock. I ended up getting an email like, hey, think about this portfolio program and this and that. And I was like, okay, let me see. And I listened. And that's how I got involved with the portfolio program literally the day, because I used some of the ideas from the finishes on
Mm.
what to do when I decided to renovate my first duplex.
And when she says the ARE book, for those of you who don't know, that's the Accelerate Your Real Estate. And that's our book, the ARE book. So you read the book, you got the finishes checklist, and you're like, I'm going to do this now next.
Yes.
I love it.
That's
So I
awesome.
did it, and now we're here.
And now we're here. Yes. And 1.5 million in 1 year. That's pretty awesome.
That is
All of
incredible.
you have made pretty amazing progress. That's incredible. So Lauren, tell everybody about your very first deal. How did you find it?
Do you want to know about the turnkey or like after I went through the program?
But after you went through the program.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my
Yeah.
second deal, I did my research. I went through, I looked into the area of Pittsburgh. I found a realtor who's amazing, and he would send me some deals and I would look through. And at that time, I believe it was in one of the videos, I would take like an hour every night. Or if I'm in between cases, or trying to get food, I would just take an hour or so if I could, anytime I could, and I would look for properties and see if there was anything that matched. And then I told them specifically, a part of the program is that I knew specifically what I was looking for and what would work. And I had already had the hard money lenders and everything signed up, so I knew kind of what the interest rates were. So I was like, I'm looking for this. And I told my realtor, this is what I'm looking for. He sent me things, and I'm like, this works. So one of the biggest pluses for me was the calculator. And I would literally be in between cases. And if I got an email about something, I'll do the quick calculation and be like, this deal works. Let's go with it. And he'll send me a video. So that ended up happening. I found my second duplex and it worked out. He gave me the name of 3 different contractors. I vetted them. I picked one. He's amazing. I went through the program kind of step by step. I had a list of all the questions to ask and I just emailed them. And I was like, if you're serious, you're going to answer these emails. If you're not, then I know not to take you seriously. They answered all the questions. I made sure that I had a timeline in my contract with the contractor. I said, what if you bust your timeline? What is going to happen? He was like, okay, I'm going to take off this amount of money for every week that we go over. And I said, okay. And I made sure that that was a part of the contract because I've worked with contractors before. I had all my questions. He was like, I don't think he knew that that was like my first real burr because I felt so prepared. I had all my questions and everything lined up and I knew exactly what I wanted. So it went by really fast. He was amazing. He stuck to the budget because he's an investor on his own. So he knew what I was looking for. He knew the quality of what I was looking for. And so it worked out really well.
I love it.
It's amazing. And so I would love for you to give some words of wisdom to people who might be watching. As you have looked at your experience within the program, and it sounds like you've gone through the program very carefully, how can you help whoever's watching kind of get to that next level with what you've learned?
Gotcha. So I hate running. I'm in the military. I hate running. And I found that if I slowly trot, eventually I get there. And if you find somebody that's walking next to you and you're trotting, you're moving way faster than that person. So my advice would be that do a slow trot. Do pick it a little bit. It's a lot. And take a little bit of it at a time. And you'd be surprised at how much you get done and how far you go. My journey, I never thought like, oh, in a year I'm gonna do all this. But I was like, all right, what's next? Slow trot. Okay, what's next? And my realtor would send me things and I would do that calculator. I was in the car calculating. We were driving up with the moving van and I was like, this deal does work. Send me all the information. And it just so happened to get off the market just as fast as it went in. So it's nothing that I could have done per se, but I already have everybody on standby through my email. And the portfolio program helped me get organized. Where like I send a quick, I have a little template, I copy, I take out the information, I replace it with the new one, I send it to my lenders, and within 24 hours, I have my pre-approval letter. And he's already looked at it and he sent me videos and I redo the numbers at least 3 times. I'm like, all right, this still works. This is what I'm willing to offer. This is going to be worth it. And because of the portfolio program, I was able to make it to that level in such a short period of time. It's been a year, a year. And slow trots, it all started with just slow trots. You see something, you're like, this is going to work. You do your numbers, and then you make a decision. And scared money doesn't make money. You have to make that decision and you have to go. And there's always an opportunity to back out if the numbers don't work. Always do your numbers. You might miss out on that inspection phase, but you have another 10 to 14 days to decide. You can ask questions. You can reach out to the community. Slow trots. That would be my advice.
And you are a boss, Lauren. That's awesome.
In one sentence, inspire everyone, piece of advice, something that'll like get us going for the next week.
I would say just do it.
Yeah, Nike, just do it. When you're ready to get serious, you can join us at theinvestoraccelerator.com.
It's like getting 1,000 episodes worth of information in 5 days, and it's everything you need to build your actionable plan to financial freedom and making work optional.